Hello valued viewers, I hope you're all doing very well. A couple of weeks ago we did this F-16A MLU Airwing versus Russian Su-35 Airwing. It was looking at the idea that a few weeks ago President Biden of America green-lighted the sending of used F-16As over to Ukraine for Ukraine to have. And we ran a simulation to see what would happen if, in the unlikely scenario, they were used for air-to-air against frontline Russian fighters. And I found the results very interesting. So, the natural follow-up has been prompted by the Drive the War Zone, our main source of news. And they say Ukraine are now studying the condition of Australian A-18 legacy Hornets. These are Hornets that have been retired a few years ago, but Australia still have mothballed. Are they going to be sent to Ukraine? We're going to run pretty much the same simulation as we did last time, but this time using the legacy Hornets from Australia. First, the boring technical stuff that we really need to know for all this to make sense. So, the mainstay of the Russian Air Force will be the Su-35 Super Flanker. Our version will be based on codename Flankers mod, converted to Grim Reaper's version 8. The radar will be our generic PISA radar. Radar cross-section we've got set as 5 meters squared. It's debatable if it may be a little lower in real life, but it's certainly not going to be a stealth jet, so we'll leave it at 5 meters squared for now. Its beyond visual range air-to-air missile will be the most common used by Russia, the R-77-1 improved adder, with a range of about 60 miles. Within visual range will be an upgraded version of the close range Archer. The flight model will be our latest one and a damage model will be standard. Its loadout will be its maximum capacity of 8 R-77-1s and 4 modernized Archers. I read the comments and feedback from the previous video and you guys complained and said that you wanted to see these Su-35s with some long range missiles like the R-37M, and we can indeed go and do that, but it's not what I want to do today for two reasons. One, I want to make this video directly comparable to the F-16 video, so we don't want to go changing the missiles on the aircraft. And two, when it comes to the latter fight with the Super Hornet today, if I start Ubering up the missiles on the Su-35, I need to start responding by buffing up the American missiles on the Super Hornet and AIM-120Ds and stuff. So why don't we keep everything medium range today? Against the ex-Australian legacy Hornets, our version will be the FA-18C by ED. The radar will be a rather aging AN/APG-65 with a maximum lockable range of a fighter-sized target at about 40 miles. It's an old mechanical radar, not comparable for a 2020s radar. Radar cross-section I estimated at 4 meters squared. Beyond visual range air-to-air missile we accept is probably, if Ukraine gets this, going to be the AIM-120C5 with a max range of about 45 miles. Within visual range, we've had a debate about this, and probably the Legacy Hornet would be able to use the AIM-9X, so we're going to use AIM-9X today. Flight model and damage model are standard. In terms of loadout, one great thing about Hornet as compared to the F-16 last time is it carries a lot of weapons. In this case, we fully loaded her out in murder spec with 10 AMRAAMs and 2 AIM-9s and a jettisonable fuel tank. We'll run the first simulation as Su-35 against a Legacy Hornet, and then we want to see what happened if they had a modernized version of the Hornet. If you remember in the F-16 video, we did the F-16A, and then we did an F-16V Block 70 to see what would happen if they used a modern 2020s variant. It's a bit stupid because obviously Ukraine are not going to get Super Hornet, but it's interesting, which is what this video is for. It's to spike some interest in talking points. We're going to use the FA-18F Super Hornet, originally by VSN, converted to Grim Reaper's version 10. The radar will be the Grim Reaper's ACE radar. Most of the Super Hornets in real life now do have the modernized ACE radar. Some are still being retrofitted. Radar cross-section is somewhere between 0.5 and 2 depending on loadout. A slick 0.5 and heavily laden 1.2 meters squared. So I've gone in the middle with 1.25 meters squared on the edge of low visibility. Its beyond visual range air-to-air missile will be the best medium-range missile, the AIM-120C7, with a range of 60 miles. Within visual range, AIM-9X again, the flight model will be the latest GR flight model, and the damage model will be the SN, and a loadout. Well, the great thing about Super Hornet is it can carry even more weapons. This time they've got 12 AIM-120C7s, 2 advanced sidewinders, and a jettisonable fuel tank. The mission itself will be the same as last time. Again, first Legacy Hornets, then Super Hornets. It's not going to be a realistic battle. That's not what we want to look at today. We want to strip everything away and make it a scientific air-wing versus air-wing test, just to see the raw numbers and figures and kinematic ability of the jets and missiles and radars. So, starting at 80 miles and going out to 250 miles are flights of 4. Total of 32 AI versus 32 AI plus humans. AI today are all set to maximum skill level and to fire at the maximum range of their missiles to give themselves the best chance. The humans today will start at the outer ring so they don't get wiped out straight away. The AI will have 1 life, the humans get 2 lives, so plan accordingly. Also, each team has symmetrical AWACS. And of course, on this side here, we have Legacy Hornets, equipped as we saw before, humans on the outside ring, and supporting AWACS. We press go and see what happens, which leads us to what I always find the most interesting part of these videos, is the predictions, guys. First, Su-35, guys, with a superior radar, superior missiles, and a superior kinematic jet. Don't forget, the Su-35, although not as good as a Raptor or something kinematically, is better than a Hornet. I guess, how badly do you think the Legacy Hornets are going to lose?
Very.
The Hornets are going to get smacked.
Guys, it does have lots of missiles, so at least it's got that advantage over the F-16A.
It does, but I don't think it's going to be able to get in range of either radar or the missile before the Su-35s have unleashed hell on them.
We'll get in range, I just think it's not going to be for very long.
I think you'd get in range, but you'd already be fired on, so it's real risky.
Anyone supporting the Legacy Hornets?
Go America.
They're not even American, they're old Australian.
Yeah, pilots are actually Ukrainian, so you would need to factor in the competency level shown by both sides in this particular conflict.
It's a fair comment, guys, and it's what you guys always say. What about pilot skill level? What about how good the maintenance on the jet is? I do not simulate that views. Technically, I sort of could, but I don't want to. What I'm interested in is just a kind of theory of how good could the jets be, how good could the missiles be. That's what I like to look at. But fair comment if we were taking it super serious. And we might as well predict the Super Hornets. Now, Super Hornets is a different kettle of fish. If I go back to my figures here, guys, Super Hornets is slightly better kinematically than a Legacy Hornet. Well, actually, it's not necessarily true. Slightly faster, but it doesn't actually turn quite as well as a Legacy Hornet. But it's got a much better radar. We're using the ACE radar, which will see twice as far as the APG-65, which is going to make a massive difference. It's got missiles that will go theoretically 15 miles more, but at least 20 miles more in reality. I think the Super Hornet is a real adversary, maybe even better than Su-35. Any predictions for when we go to Super Hornets, guys?
I think the Super Hornet's going to win because better or able to launch at the same time.
I think this is where the difference in RCS is going to make a big difference, because the Hornets will pick up their opponents earlier and will be able to fire the missiles off earlier, despite the fact that the Russian missiles are outwardly superior. Its detection is going to count today.
For the first round with the F-18C, can we not be put at the back, please? Because that range, it'll take us 3 hours just to get in combat.
I will do that if you want, guys, but on your head be it if you get shot down straight away. So I'll move you into the middle.
I agree.
All right, guys. I'll do it on both sides. I'll move you into the middle. First battle with the Legacy Hornets. I've tried it a little bit just to debug and make sure the missiles are tracking and stuff, which it all seems to be working fine, but I 100% have no idea what's going to happen. So, on the blues, Wombat Matrix, Squirrel, Legacy Hornet, Simba, Strider, Bird, Super Flankers. Anyone not ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, it's always so exciting, viewers. Let's look at my human Super Flankers. Hello, boys. Showing off. And they smash into each other. My human...
Let's say.
Legacy box. Hello, boys. Look at all those missiles.
Hello.
So, we've got 1990s missiles today, viewers, on the Legacy Bogs, AIM-120Cs. They don't go far because they're just not efficiently designed like that. But man, they're actually really good missiles against more modern advanced adders that can go about 60 miles, which are actually really good as well, to be honest. Who's going to fire first? It's almost certainly going to be... Oh, we've got the scoreboard at the top there. You can see... Right, adder's already out, so they've reached the 60 miles or so. 3, 4 adders out. Got their costs there, or their predicted costs. Now, the question is, when will the legacy Hornets fire theirs? Their radars won't be able to lock a target this size until about 40 miles. That is old mechanical radar tech, I'm afraid. These missiles would loft a lot higher in real life, but we've had to model them about half the height of the predicted loft because of game restrictions. Distance between fronts now closing rapidly. Whoa, 12 missiles out from Russia with no reply from America. Ukraine. They simply haven't got the radar tech. They're just sort of coming into radar coverage now. We've got missiles being fired now at 40 miles. It's this, viewers. Missile was originally designed for the Raptor, I think, in the mid to late 90s. It was good back then. Distance between fronts, multiple salvos, 24 Russian missiles out now, with a reply of only 5 from the Ukraine-Australian jets. Pilots, feel free to call it anything you want. Okay, the first adders are going in now. Let's see how the... not only are the missiles important, it's the ability to dodge. As we're finding more and more, we do more of these war games, the more information we get. The ability to dodge, the power, the slickness, the maneuvering ability, the G-pulling ability of the jets is just as important. As you can see here, that bog there is outrunning. 2 bogs down. Not fast enough. Not fast. All 3 wiped out of the first lot. Here comes a reply now. How well would these missiles do against the Su-35s, which are better kinematically? Oh, they're not faring well. Oh, it's great to see old missiles shooting new fighters down. Good dodge. Obviously, we can only see a fraction of what's going on here, viewers. That guy's... Oh, I can't click on stuff quick enough. Brain fail. Look, there's a great example. That Su-35 outran that missile. And these are realistic. I've gone over the fine-tooth comb, these Su-35s, viewers. And they're 100% accelerating and doing everything correctly. That guy's in trouble. 10 Legacy Hornets. They're doing much worse than the F-16s. Why? I would guess their kinematics simply aren't as good and they can't dodge the missiles as well. Everything else is set the same. Yeah, 100% they're having a problem dodging. Is that my fault because I weighed them down with so many missiles? Maybe. Maybe. It's hard to know. 4 super flankers down. 15 Legacy Hornets down. Another bunch of adders heading in now. Good dodge. A no man's land has opened up. A 30 nautical miles. 17 Legacy Hornets down. To only 4. God, they're doing bad. 4 super flankers down. 110 Russian missiles fired, but only 29 in reply from Ukraine. They just haven't been able to get firing solutions. By the time they've got firing solutions, they're already having to go defensive from adders. They're not fast enough to dodge either. They're very highly modelled as well in game, so they are realistically modelled, these Hornets. 122 Russian missiles for 33 Ukrainian missiles in reply. And look at Bullseye. Bullseye's in the centre. Look at the tactical situation. The Su-35s are now 15 miles past Bullseye. Also, I'm aware tactically how unrealistic this is, viewers. It's not supposed to be. This is a proof of concept. "20 Legacy Hornets, and they really are the stragglers now. The humans are firing missiles now. Look how far. The thing that really gets me here, viewers, is how bad the Legacy Hornets are doing as compared to the F-16As, which were also high fidelity or moderately high fidelity aircraft, modelled pretty well. Come on, I want to see a flanker get shot down. Although these aren't long-range missiles, they are very good at tracking. They're probably better at tracking these missiles than the Grim Reaper's C-7 because of restrictions that we have. But they just haven't got the range. Without the range, they don't have the tactical ability. Also, look how well the SUs can dodge, viewers. When they put their nose down, they go accelerate really fast. That's compared to a Hornet. Oh dear. 27 down. Pretty much the whole air wing's wiped out, but let's continue, guys. Is there anything my humans can do now? Remember, the humans get an extra life. Has anyone managed to kill an AI yet? I think it's highly unlikely, but...
Not yet.
I fired at one, but who knows?
As well as that, the radar in the Legacy Hornet is what we call a high-fidelity radar. It's incredibly accurately, realistically modelled, much more so than the Pisa radar in this Su-35, which is just bare bones, just the basic ranges and stuff. What that means is for the humans, it's much harder to use, very hard to use. Where's that? That guy's managed to dodge a squirrel. Nice work, squirrel. He's understood the only way to beat these missiles is to be on the deck. Unfortunately, that nerfs his ability to actually use his missiles, because a missile fired from the deck is basically useless. This might be a human kill, finally, as in a kill by human. Oh, wowie, did you see that? That was Super Flanker at full agility right there, and it is a very agile aircraft, big as it is. Wombat's going to take one in the face for the team. That's okay, he gets 2 lives. Oh dear viewers, I've seen such a big wipeout. I'm really surprised about how bad they did. I think the F-16As killed about 15. And what I'm learning by these viewers, and you're learning with me, is how important, as well as missile and radar tech, is the kinematic ability of the aircraft, the power of the engines, the slickness of the airframe, the ability to do a high G split test quickly to dodge a missile is so important. Poor humans in this little pocket here, and the boys can do nothing but run. Matrix has got the right idea. He's on the deck and he's running away, because what's he meant to do? By the time his radar sees one of these Su-35s, he's got all hell raining down on him. Again, we reiterate, I do not model pilot skill here, and I do not model the maintenance of the aircraft, which in real life obviously is a huge thing. I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. Wombat's managed to get a shot from low down at 10 miles. You never know. It means those missiles will go active quickly, and it might. Again, missiles down here, viewers, in the high air pressure are not useless, but they're, well, pretty bad. This guy's going to intercept Wombat, I think. Those Hornets have SA screen situation and where there's data link screen, so they'll show them where the baddies are, but nothing's perfect.
The only thing I've been able to do is just mad dog 4 AMRAAMs off and get back down.
Roger, oh, you might be incredibly fortunate there. No, you're not incredibly fortunate. One just went whiz by a guy's screen. Oh, shot that squirrel! We got a human killed an AI. Well done for a friggin' mad dog.
I over-G'd in a Hornet.
Roger. Good Wombat merge. Wombat good dodge. Wombat 1 mile. Oh, poor old Matrix. Got seen at the last minute. Oh, good dodge, boys. Shows these missiles are 100% not fallible modern missiles. Wombat just killed someone, whether he knew it or not. My humans are killing. The thing about humans, they're always better than AI because they can think outside the box. They realise they're outgunned, so they go low. Going low beats missiles, as you can see right there. Beat a 2020's missile. Well, probably not this one, though. That's a heat seeker. Not much you can do about that. Oh, he hit the wrong countermeasure button. He's out, and it's really just Matrix now, getting chased down by the boy. You know what? You did 9, guys. That's a break. 3rd of the air wing. That could have been worse. I got no useful advice from Matrix. I want to say something to kind of cheer him up and, you know, buck him up, but I've got nothing.
If I run away, there's a beer in the bar?
Well, they even carry, like, twice as much fuel as you, Matrix, so they're going to outrun you, eventually. Plus, they're going Angels 36. Supersonic. Just saying.
All I need to do is run far enough away that they turn around and get bored.
The real Su-35s, I think, viewers, all have, I may have this wrong, but I think have thrust vectoring. Our ones don't, but they're still, you know, it's still a pretty maneuverable airframe. Yeah, you can see Matrix is going at 500 knots. These guys are going at 1,000 knots. Twice Matrix's speed, and they can see him. Even if they can't see him on the radar, they can see him on the data link.
They're in burner, though.
Yes, they are. I'll give you that. And here comes a rather angry-looking adder. Again, Matrix's only joy is that he's down 20 feet off the ground, which missiles hate, even modern missiles hate that. Hard for their kinematics to work and hard for their radars to work. And all missiles fired today have their own radars on board, all the medium-range missiles. It's going to catch him. I hope you've got your life insurance and your will in order, Matrix. Oh, come on! Friggin' Matrix, no one can ever kill him. Well, it just shows viewers. Never give up till the end. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's not taking down 20 baddies, but look at Tracker with his own little radar. Freaking unbelievable.
Wow.
How does that even happen? And that is a great demonstration of flying well, but mainly flying fast and low. Fast and low, even in 2020s, has its uses, viewers. As you're seeing in Ukraine at the moment, how are all these, you know, well, not fast maybe, but how are these drones and stuff getting through? They're flying low. You fly low, you're pretty much unbeatable. It's dangerous, very dangerous to fly low, but
I would say any new pilots.
All I'm doing is trying to run away.
yeah, well, you're doing it well because you've beaten just 4 missiles in a row there, and these are good missiles. Although these are not long-range missiles, R-77-1 viewers, they're very kinematically good. They turn better than any other medium-range missile, as far as I'm concerned. Not as good as a Sidewinder, but you know. It's beaten another one. 5 missiles beaten. That's just since I've been watching. He will eventually run out of something, viewers. Fuel and everything is... Uh-oh. His eyes are about to go down. His AWACS are going down, Viewingtons.
Yeah, I don't think Matrix is really bothered about the picture at the moment.
No, he's probably... He knows they're all behind him. And there's lots of them.
Exactly. And angry.
173, not American, are they? Russian missiles fired.
There's a flanker racing. He's kind of ahead of you, actually.
I know. I was like, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah, but then maybe that's Matrix's
Jesus.
idea. Bankrupt Russia.
One of you... why did it miss, viewers? It ran out of battery about 5 seconds before it hit. Oh my god, if you get a kill, you're going to internet infamy right now. But he's probably not going to get killed, viewers.
I'm just mad dogging these offers, but
Well, it worked
most
before.
I can do.
It worked before. Mad Dog means fired without a lock, viewers. You have to be lucky. If it's basically going towards Guy, it might track, but it probably won't. Mad Dog is almost impossible.
Yeah, that one I got, to be honest with you. I
Yes!
I'm gone.
Finally! You can tell he was trained in the Cold War, viewers. That was a great example of how to survive big weapons. Right, viewers, I don't think anyone's really surprised at that. I'm slightly surprised at how bad they did compared to the F-16As, but welcome back, viewers. Now Super Hornets, and I'm I've genuinely not tried this, and I've no idea. I'm so interested about who's going to win this. Same teams, anyone not ready. And oof, the missiles are about equal. They're both about 60 miles range. What's going to be the determining factor here, guys? I think the Su-35s have got a slight edge. They've got slightly more powerful kinematic aircraft. The Super Hornet is a great plane, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite as kinematically good as the Su-35. And if that's what splits the hair difference, maybe that's what's going to win. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look at the distance. 60 miles now. Someone's going to fire. It's going to be... Blues are fired slightly first. They've got a slightly better radar. They've got an ACE radar rather than a PISA radar. They will see further. And their missile... Well, that's probably why they're fired first. And here comes the response from Russia just maybe a mile afterwards. So a small difference there. Or maybe that turns it back into the Super Hornets' favour, Viewingtons. More missiles in the air again from this group here. So initiative, shall we say. Got more powerful engines, these Super Hornets, so the drag of those extra missiles isn't going to hamstring them as much as the Legacy Hornets, but they don't turn quite as well. So that's going to come into play with their split S's, maybe. Now look at Bullseye. Look how quickly the AIM-120C7's got to Bullseye as compared to the RS-77 adders. That means the first hits are going to be coming in, and initiative again is to the Blues. Okay, here go the first missiles, AIM-120C7s. Now how are the Super Flankers going to be able to react to these? It doesn't look like very well. Smashy boom boom. Dodged. And let's have a look at the adders coming down on the Super Hornets. How could Super Hornets dodge? And again, I've been through to make these as realistic as I can, these Super Hornets. Nothing's ever perfect, obviously, but look, already superior. Why have they dodged so much better? It's simply because I expect their tactical situation was better. They could dodge before the Legacy Hornets could dodge. The Legacy Hornets had to wait till they fired their missiles. Or you can see, though, they're not as fast as the Su-35s, so they're getting caught up by the adders. It's those big, powerful split S, supersonic split S's that save fighters, viewers, from these missiles. That said, oh, 10 Su-35s down to only 2 Super Hornets. Wowee! And that's probably simply because they had the initiative and they could fire slightly further. Also, the Super Hornets are just powerful enough to outrun these missiles, but... 4 Super Hornets down to 10 Super Flankers down. Man, it's stretching their legs though, look. All the way to the ground. They have to run. Also, really important, its adders here are not as aerodynamically as good as these missiles here. These are slicker. They can't turn as well, but they're slicker. They go further for faster. Other way around. That is going to have an effect. 15 super flankers down, viewers. And look at the tactical situation. Blues have bullseye. Right. Here come my red humans. Another barrage coming up from the rear here. 78 missiles fired to 78 missiles fired. The AIM-120C7s are doing a better job at killing for the same amount of missiles fired. Sometimes, viewers, I wish I had access to Google AI to go in to be able to analyse this fight foot for foot and tell me who's winning and why. Some more C7s. Look how they keep their speed for longer. Look at that 1600 knots that was. That would have been 1200 knots if it was an adder because of its box fins. You know what I mean? Grid fins. Hence why the latest edition of the adder has traditional fins. The 77M. Which is going into service pretty much as we speak. Oh, Maverick just got hit. 70 to... They're catching up. What is it and why? They're catching up 18 to 14. Jesus wept. Oh, that went right past him. It didn't fuse. It didn't fuse. A thing happened, viewers. 19 to 15. The Reds are pulling away again. Now this is a fight. How did you survive, mate? Oh, you didn't. 22 to 17. And a bunch more adders coming in. Look at this guy. Outrun these guys. Somewhere, wherever he is. Kind of hard to know what to look at this point, Viewingtons. I mean... Oh, someone got smacked up there. 23 to 17. Oh, this guy just dodged a missile. This human just dodged that missile. Did you see him? It's up there somewhere. That's good work. Good work, sir. 24 to 18. There's still fight left in Russia. Tactical situation slightly favours blue. Oh, another one down. 24 to 19. 25 to 20. Still adders and much more AMRAAMs going out now. 145 AMRAAMs to 134 adders. Got an impasse at 25-20. Any rays on 25-20? Killing slowed down. Blues have pushed bullseye. And there's only one red that's anywhere near bullseye who's about to get smacky boom boomed. Yeah, I said it, and you can quote me on that. Poof, and he's down. 26 to 20. Red humans have been pushed all the way back into that break. Sea of Azov. Apart from this guy, who's all been nuts and stuff. But he is high, and high is dangerous. What's the old adage? Go up to blow up. You may not be able to dodge this, viewers. It's just too fast. Oh, no! Just caught Simba. But he's got missiles out and they will very possibly still guide. 26 to 21. It's still all to play for. And a lot of these Hornets have been used up. Fuel-wise. They don't carry the most fuel in the world and they do burn it pretty quick in ACM or in BFM. Okay, this guy's in trouble. That said, super flankers, although they carry more fuel, are very fuel inefficient. Low down and this guy's going to get caught. Smack! 28 to 21. It's now in the Blues' favour. It's very much in the Blue favour. Now, how good is that? That's really good. They've done better than the F-16 Block 70s, viewers. And I would love to know why. Same radar, as you know, as far as game goes. Same missiles, but twice as many. Maybe it's the missile to twice as many missiles.
Keep coming back my way, Strider.
What have Red got? Have Red got any kind of last push? I mean, they're so overwhelmed at this point. It's 2 humans versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. No. 9 mixture of AI and humans. This makes me want to go out and buy a Super Hornet, viewers.
Wow.
Remaining Russians are pushed into the Sea of Azov now with a 30-mile no man's land, which is not going to be no man's land for long. Lots of legacy missiles here and there. That's a fast one. Look at that. That there was shot probably from 45,000 feet. And look how fast it got. 2,000 knots. That's a very dangerous missile when you can push a missile up that high and that fast. But Simba was not in his basket. Oh, yes, he was. Look at that.
That's on my Fox 3s.
Are you out of Fox 3, Strider? Have you got another life?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can either respawn now or you can wait until you die. It's up to you. Oh, Simba gets a kill on a human. Oh, Simba. And dodges that human's missile. Look at that. That's Simba's experience showing through.
The people's champ.
You knew when to dodge. Got to dodge early. If you're gonna beat a missile this good, viewers, you've got to dodge like a minute in advance, which is what he did. Well, the boys are chased back to Russia, but it's going to happen. On the plus side, they're now only facing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're down to 7 blues. This could be the biggest comeback of all time. Hashtag it's not. It can't happen. It's impossible. And the blue humans are now getting brave and pushing. Smashing over supersonic. Pang! Slick. AIM-120 C7s. And because the Russians have been put on the defensive by the missiles, they're firing from relatively low down, relatively slow. So their missiles, like this, are harmless because they'll never really get those big speeds like this guy managed to. And speed in a missile, or speed in any fighter of anything, is probably the most important thing. Maybe stealth, then speed. Good dodge, Strider. Just out kinematics this C7. But is he going to out kinematic? 2 big ones here from Squirrel coming in at 1,200 knots. Whoops, wrong button. Coming in at 1,200 knots. I'm not convinced anyone's beating these, or maybe.
I'm Winchester. Do I just go to my second life?
If you want, it's completely up to you. You can kamikaze or you can go to second life. You've got it there.
Yeah,
so
I kind of just
you know
kamikazed it.
Simba beats another 2 fast human missiles. Look at that. They guided all the way, but it was just fast enough to do it. All the way back on the Russian coast now. AI Super Hornets now pushing in. Oh, yeah, they got missiles. The beautiful thing about giving them so many missiles, viewers, is if the fight lasts this long, they can carry on fighting. If I'd only given them 6 missiles, it would have made them faster, but they would now be useless, and they would be RTBing or just kamikaze. So, what's more important, kinematics or lots of missiles? Well, don't think anyone has an answer for that. Simba's punching back, but again, he's always on the back foot because he's always dodging missiles, so he can never get his speed up like these Super Hornets can. Therefore, they're always going to have faster missiles, and that's usually what's going to win the fight. Stand to be corrected. Using that 62,000 pounds of thrust from his AL-31s. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Finally, Simba's out, and it's just Strider, who's actually got a second life. But he's done one good thing, which is to burn down missiles and burn down fuel. It's all legal, viewers. He's dodged another one. That was a knock. That was a radar notch that did that. He would have to be... Ooh, these guys are now out of fuel. Look. The thing about AI viewers is they're stupid. They don't really understand the whole battle. So they'll just burn around and run out of fuel. And once they're out of fuel, they're out of fuel. And they will never fight again. It's the beauty of having my humans in here. They don't do silly things. Well, they do, but not as much. Right, now look at this AI. This AI is chasing Strider all the way back into Mother Russia here. No, he's not.
Right,
He's going for an AWACS. He's got bored of Strider and he's going for an... He doesn't see him as a threat. Well, again, AI is stupid, viewers. Matrix, however, not so much.
Thank you, Matrix.
My pleasure.
I actually still had a functioning radar, and if you guys got close enough, I was going to pop one off.
Are you still flying, Simba?
No, Matrix. I was falling gracefully with a radar, still active, and Matrix put an end to it.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, look. This guy's out of fuel now, viewers. You see that? Stupid thing about AI is once they're out of fuel, they'll just commit to RTB. Right. A thing that's definitely happening at this point. Is the C7 going to be effective at that range on that thing? I don't know. Maybe. It's looking pretty good. And look at this. Strider's trying to be Matrix at the moment. There he is. It's a powerful jet, viewers. No mountains behind, so you've got to use pure power and pure skill. And God damn it, I think he's done it. Nice flying. Shows what can be done, viewers. Matrix is just biding his time now. He knows that this is a one-way fight all the way. Well, obviously, because Strider doesn't even have any friggin' missiles. Not really.
Almost out of fuel.
I haven't got much either.
Bit of a Strider problem. Bit of a Matrix problem.
Squirrel's inbound.
Huh. Thing. An interesting firing technique. Someone hasn't learned how to lock their missiles on properly. Or have they?
No, it was that keybind again. Push to talk.
Matrix with the dodges.
Oh, how? It's a friggin' gunfight!
No, it's not.
Well, I did not see this coming, viewers. But you know what? When in Rome,
Matrix wishes he has a hob helmet.
there is something wrong with that flanker. There is something definitely wrong with that flanker. Yeah, viewers, that's the thing. We do not have the helmet mount display. You may respawn, Starlets, within the rules. They're pretty much going to spawn right on top of Matrix again. Oh no, he's still in the jet. He's still in the jet. It's actually quite hard for Matrix to fight like this, viewers, because of the asymmetric speed.
I'm out of gas, and I'm bound to eject.
Turn around, he's out of fuel as well.
I can't. I'm out of fuel. And
Stay alive, Matrix. I'm almost there.
They're both out of fuel.
Weirdest fight ever.
Battle of the
Strider's not showing
gliders.
up on radar now.
2 aircraft gliding that were never meant to be gliders, but still with functioning pneumatics to, or whatever it is, to drive their guns. Electrics, words.
Tally.
Ladies and gentlemen, a ballet of 2020's fighter jets with no fuel. Maybe we've started a new fad here. The missiles still work. The missiles have their own battery. Oh, but the Russian's not dead yet. Now he is. Right, so that is what a modern dogfight looks like with no fuel, viewers.
And he shot me now.
And landing gracefully to a very bad welcome in Russia. Oh, that was a thing.
Tit.
But Strider has a respawn! And things are back on. I'm aware it's getting silly at this point, viewers, but who doesn't like a little bit of silly? The question is, who can find
Does
who?
Wombat have the initiative?
Who has the initiative here? I can answer that right now.
Squirrel, I'm gonna need you to help me right here, bro.
Squirrel is
Fox 3
40
times
miles
3.
away. Oh, poor Wombat! He didn't find him in time! No! Now things are getting real ugly. Now things are getting real friggin' ugly.
Just remember though, Strider, you have Matrix still.
It's all legal, viewers. We've got to let the boys continue. Squirrel's ammo supply. Now, fuel. Fuel is modelled, viewers, and Squirrel has just gone very fast, about 102 miles.
3/4 of a tank left.
Huh. Guess I'll take that back, right? In terms of costs, for what it matters, viewers, the Ukrainians have cost 2.8 billion. No, the Russians have cost 2.8 billion. Don't know why it's so much, but it is. Americans have 2 billion. Oh my god! Yeah, it was internet lag.
Desync.
Taking it down. Viewers, I thought that was a brilliant fight. The Legacy Bogs got smashed. They only did about 25% damage to the other air wing, or 30% damage, as we knew we would. They did a little bit worse than we thought they were going to do. And then it came to the Super Hornets and they won by whatever that is. 10%, 20%, something like that. Slightly better. Any feedback, any surprises, any reasons why you think that is? I know you guys can't see the big picture in your cockpits, but...
Our predictions were correct.
Your predictions were indeed correct. Isn't that weird? Isn't that scary in itself, guys? Alright, viewers, that is what happened if you put a bunch of Legacy or a bunch of Super Hornets against a bunch of Su-35s. I don't know if that's useful at all, but it's certainly very interesting. And we got to sort of see some really cool piloting as well. And some crap piloting, but mainly cool piloting. I hope you enjoyed that, and bye-bye.